Back Nation, what is good? YouTube blocked the stream from last night because of the highlights. I don't know, I might have to scrap the highlight idea. I really liked it. It really puts the stream at the forefront on the algorithm when people are searching for, the highlights of the game, obviously. But they last time they claimed it and I disputed it and they put it back up. This time they entirely blocked it and didn't put it back up. So, I don't know. But here's the first, 15 or 16 or so minutes before the highlights come on the screen, just to give you part of the breakdown from last night. But I had some great callers last night, man. It was a great show, and YouTube blocked it. It's really disappointing. I got to figure something else out. I don't know, man. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Buy my merch so I don't have to go to work anymore. RunItBackMerch.com. Become a member of the channel so I don't have to go to work anymore. Here's the clip.
Yeah. Run It Back Nation, what is good? It is your boy, DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back Philly. You know the drill. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros ever again. Before the stream started, I saw somebody in the chat that said, let me give you a beat for your intro. The answer to that is hell no. Just do a little bit of research. You'll find out why. That beat is straight from YouTube's catalog, so I'd never get copywritten ever again. What is up, my people? Hit the like button on the stream. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Become a member of the channel. And buy the merch. RunItBackMerch.com. James Harden's home debut for the Philadelphia 76ers. Man, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it. It still looks crazy to me. It still looks wild. James Harden out there in a Sixers jersey. Earlier today, we got the Allen Iverson tweet. Welcome home. We got Allen Iverson, who I watched my entire life, welcoming one of the best NBA players of our generation to Philadelphia to play for the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, Harden retweets it. He says, I can't wait. Anniversary of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. Everything was so Philadelphia tonight. It was unbelievable. Wilt's family's out there to ring the bell. And Harden finishes his home debut with 26, 9, and 9. Almost another triple-double. I mean, the guy's a walking triple-double. He just is. He makes it look easy. He really does. This game was ups and downs. The Knicks put up a fight at certain points of the game. But, man, the crowd. James said he was so... Here's the thing, man. I don't want to forget to say this. We got J.J. Redick calling the game. J.J. Redick has said before that his favorite place to play in his entire NBA career was in front of Philadelphia fans. And he said it again on this broadcast. The 2 years here were some of his favorite years in his NBA career, playing in front of Philadelphia fans. And then James Harden post-game with the mic on the court still says, everybody in the world knows how great these fans are. I had jitters. James Harden, somebody who played 9 years in Houston, has been in the league for, I think, 11 or 12 years. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong there. This guy is at the top of the top of the top when it comes to NBA talent and ability, and he had jitters playing in front of the Philadelphia fans. It's different out here, man. It's different, man. The energy's different. The DJ drops Eminem, Lose Yourself right before the intros. Are you kidding me? What are the odds I dropped an Eminem bar randomly on a YouTube video earlier today for absolutely no reason whatsoever? And they drop Eminem, Lose Yourself to hype up the crowd and everybody before they announce the players. Then, of course, they hit you with some Meek Mill. There's just so much energy in this arena. You can imagine it. You can watch them walking throughout the tunnel, and you can just kind of imagine how much different it is walking in front of this crowd versus other NBA crowds. It just is what it is, you know? Do you think James Harden was excited to play in front of the New Jersey Nets? He said that one game there was a lot of Knicks fans in the building. So it is what it is. Philadelphia is a wonderful place to play. And everybody outside of Philadelphia that hates it, they just don't get it. They just don't. They're totally wrong. They're 100% wrong. Michelle Beadle, everybody else that's hating on the situation, they're 100% wrong. I mean, Maxey, Harden, and Embiid are playing out of their minds. Maxey's averaging 25 points per game since Harden came here. Matisse Thybulle looks like an NBA-level basketball player. Joel Embiid's continuing what he's doing. Absolutely dominant, the most dominant center in the league. I just don't. I'll never understand the hate. I'll never understand the this isn't gonna work, people. It's just ridiculous. There's no way you know ball and you think this wasn't gonna work. The guy on FS1, I'm not even gonna say his name. I'm not gonna spend much time on it. My guy RB ripped into him. If you didn't see that video, go check it out. It's hilarious. Said these two players are ISO players and aren't going to work together. Joel Embiid and James Harden. Like, how much more wrong could you be about something? And I say TV's dying. I mean, FS1, who would voluntarily like flip the channel to FS1 to watch people talk about sports? So that's where we're at with that. Good debut for James Harden. You know, he was actually rolling in the first half. I think he finished the first half with 19 points. I thought maybe he would drop a 40 bomb. That would have been awesome. Doc Rivers' lineup staggers were interesting, to say the least. You know, I know we complain if he keeps the starters out there and then does an all-bench lineup. So he was trying really hard, and like he said he was going to do, he was trying really hard to not have an all-bench lineup on the floor, and he was trying really hard to always have one of Tyrese Maxey or James Harden in the game at any given time. But for me, it kind of worked out to be staggering Harden and Embiid separately a little bit too much for me as the game went on. Like, I think the first half, I didn't see a whole lot of Harden and Embiid together. And the second half, I didn't see a whole lot of Harden and Embiid together. And I think that was part of, you know, I mean, it's all new. It's an experiment. I get it. You know, it's an experiment for James Harden to show up and just start playing without knowing any of the plays. It's an experiment for Joel Embiid to just randomly learn how to play with finally a point guard that is a threat to shoot and can control the defense. And it's an experiment for Doc Rivers to figure out lineups and what works and what doesn't work. I thought tonight was not the best. But I thought it was something that kind of he had to do as an experiment, talking about Harden's minutes and Embiid's minutes. If we're going to stagger, I want to see a lot more Harden and Embiid together and a lot more Maxey running around by himself with that bench unit, because I just think he's an absolute bucket. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it. But again, I'm not like complaining that much because we're trying to figure it out as we go. It was just weird. Like, Joel Embiid played 11 minutes in the first quarter. I don't think he's ever done that in his career. And then I was like, so he's going to bring Harden back, and then he's going to play till what minute? Like, I was trying to figure it out, and I couldn't actually figure it out. And then it kind of bled into the fourth quarter where you had Embiid in the game, or Embiid was out to start the fourth quarter. We started the fourth quarter with Paul Millsap, which I'll get into that in a second, because the backup center position is still something that's going to have to be worked on as the end of the season rolls near the playoffs. But we start the fourth quarter with Paul Millsap and Harden, and then Harden goes out at the 9-minute mark. Embiid and Maxey come in, and then Harden's out like kind of most of crunch time fourth quarter until like 3.5 minutes left. Then he comes back in. So I don't know. I think Doc was trying to be different than he normally is, which I commend him. I commend him for not doing the same thing he always does. So I commend him for trying to be different with the lineups, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. The Knicks put up a fight, of course. They got size, they got length, they got athleticism. You know, Mitchell Robinson, all those boys under the basket. What's the kid's name? Sims. There's a couple other big guys under there, but they got size. They put up a fight. Julius Randle had 19 in the first half. I actually tweeted Julius Randle's going to go ice cold in the second. He's going to go ice cold in the second half. Watch what happens. He might not score a point in the second half. He scored 6 in the second, 19 in the first, and finished the game with, 24? 19 in the first half and 5 points in the second half. I mean, some of these dudes were hitting shots. Like, RJ Barrett was absolutely on fire for 3 quarters. And he finished the game with 36 rebounds, 7 assists. So, phenomenal game from RJ Barrett. Julius Randle was abnormally on fire in the first half, and this ain't going to last. You guys know how much I slander this dude. He's an athlete, he's a talent, but he's almost like a big left-handed Russell Westbrook to me. He doesn't have a basketball IQ, and he's going to shoot you out of games. And I knew he would go cold in the second half, and he did. But I thought that was basically the main reason the Knicks hung around so much in the first half was their phenomenal shooting performances, and also our rebounding issues. And that's going to lead me to the Paul Millsap thing, because I don't understand. We signed Cauley Stein, okay? We got out-rebounded by 6 in the first half, off the top of my head, I believe. But the number that I know I'm right about is the Knicks had 8 offensive rebounds in the first half. And that's just something that's going to kill us, like, in the playoffs if we're playing teams like the Bucks, the Miami Heat, teams that are athletic, big, and can rebound. I don't think we can have Paul Millsap out there because he's 6'8". I mean, he had 5 minutes in the first half. He had 1 rebound, 2 turnovers, and was a -8 in the plus-minus. And then we start the fourth quarter with Paul Millsap again. I'm like, do you not have to try something else? Like we were saying on the stream the other night, I don't know if Cauley Stein is, like, maybe he's not in basketball shape yet, whatever. All I know is he's 7 damn feet tall. All I know is you're getting out-rebounded like crazy, and he's 7 feet tall. And all I know is Charles Bassey, yeah, he's a rookie, but he's 6'11". So when you're getting destroyed on the boards, maybe put a taller guy in there. I don't know, try something different. It's not like Paul Millsap is actually giving you anything. The biggest story of this game, got to be Tyrese Maxey, man. It's got to be Tyrese Maxey. It has to be. It has to be Tyrese Maxey. The kid is unbelievable. And when we sign James Harden, or we trade for James Harden, of course, everything that was going to be talked about was James Harden and Joel Embiid, James Harden and Joel Embiid, James Harden and Joel Embiid. But really, like, we didn't understand what we knew a little bit. Like we were saying, this is going to allow Tyrese Maxey to run around and be free and play more of his own game, where he was trying to learn how to be more of a half-court facilitator in the beginning of the season because he was the only point guard on the roster. But I don't think anybody imagined the first 3 games would go this well for Tyrese Maxey. And, the hating Nets fans had everything in the book to say, you guys gave all your depth and now you only have Harden and Embiid and blah, blah, blah. We might have a big 3, guys. We might have a big 3. This kid's 21 years old, but we might have a big 3 because of the fact that you have to pay so much attention to Joel Embiid and James Harden. And Tyrese Maxey is actually so damn good and lethal and just quick and crazy in space and gets to the rim like a lightning bolt and can finish at the rim and can draw fouls at the rim and all of those things he had coming in. But his 3-point shot has improved so much in 1 year. I'm actually totally shocked at how much it improved in one offseason. He's shooting 41% from 3-point range. He had, in the third quarter, a James Harden step back from the top of the key right next to James Harden. With James Harden looking at him, calling for the ball. If you watch the play again a couple times over, the defense kind of rotates to Maxey, and Harden's like, yo. And he just hits that one dribble, Boom, steps behind the three-point line, puts it up. Harden points his finger in the air. He's so damn happy that we got a coach on the floor teaching Tyrese Maxey how to be a lethal scorer in the NBA. That's going to take me in a whole different direction than just breaking down this game. Because if Tyrese Maxey got drafted to a scrub team and never got to play with a guy like James Harden, he would still develop because I think he has potential to be great. But imagine how great Tyrese Maxey could be by the time he's 25, 26, 27 years old by playing beside James Harden for maybe 5 years. That's scary, if you ask me. But even right now, James Harden, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey are a big three, if you ask me.